Gurudev, Param Gurudev, glorify him so much, especially Param Gurudev. Then Bhakti Vaibhav, then also Jayadev Goswami's disappearance day. 1st of February is our Gurudev's appearance day. If you are thinking maybe some program, think about it. We could do something on that day.
Ji Gurudev would love to do that. Please let us know the time.
Yeah. Okay. Probably same time we'll do, I think, because morning will be done. So tomorrow, yesterday was Gopal Bhatta Goswami's appearance day. Yesterday. So he appeared in South India. Actually, Sri Rangam. Very big temple. Sri Ranga Kshetra. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spent 4 months, Chaturmasya there. Even today, we can have darshan of Jagannath Baladev Subhadra deities, small deities, very beautiful. Maybe I'll find pictures. Maybe that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself carved those deities, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, because he was going to stay for 4 months. He could not stay separation from them, so he manifested these deities himself carved. Those are near the house where he stayed 4 months. There, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Gopal, his name was Gopal. He appeared there. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to South India for many reasons. This was one of the main reasons to elevate, make the associates, relatives of Gopal Bhatta Goswami to worship Radha Krishna. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami was in Krishna Lila was Ananga Manjari, Radharani's younger sister. Also said she is the Abhinna Shakti of Nityananda, Madhurya. Some also say he was a Guna Manjari in the Gaunadesha Deepika. When he was very young, of course, among 6 Goswamis, Gopal Bhatta Goswami never visited Navadvip. But still, he knew that Nandanandan has appeared in Navadvip, has taken sannyas, and he could not bear the, that scene. So he went to a place where nobody there, and then he started crying. So much separation, crying. Then Mahaprabhu, then he pacified him, and then he made him sit on his lap, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lap, and then he soaked him by his tears of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, don't reveal this to anybody. Then Gopal Bhatta Goswami felt very happy. Now when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, Gopal was a very young boy. So he had did so much seva to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. Was doing so many seva to him for 4 months. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed him, instructed his parents also. So his parents, Venkata Bhatta, they were worshipping Lord Narayan. So one time, Venkata Bhatta, his father, had a feeling that he's worshipping Narayan. So even today, most of the people, many people don't know that Lord Krishna is the source of all, Narayan also. But we think in the South Indian people, most think that no, Narayan is the source of Krishna, Rama, like that. Because Narayan cannot take birth. So that understanding is there. So he had a feeling that he is worshipping Narayan. Of course, Krishna is his incarnation. And Supreme Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood. So he wants to do little surgery. So he's expert. So then one day, out of making, jokingly, he called Venkata Bhatta, his father, Gopal Bhatta Goswami's father. Narayan is he has so much wealth, Aishwarya. There is no equivalent to that. And Lakshmi also serving him. She is also so much wealth. No one can compare with her. But still, on the other hand, Krishna has wealth. He lives in a village. He is a son of a Howard, Nanda Maharaj. Then he plays with his friends, and he takes the calves for the grazing. And then my Aradhya gopis, the worshipable gopis, also they have no wealth. So, considering all this, why did Lakshmi, your Aradhya, your worshipable Lakshmi, wanted to associate with Sri Krishna? Especially in Rasa Leela, she wanted to enter. So for that she went and did austerities in Vrindavan. That, you know. So Venkatapata he immediately answered, what is the fault in that? Lakshmipati Narayan, the husband of Lakshmi, is the Radhapati Krishna. So in Siddhanta, there is nothing, no difference between Lord Narayana and Krishna. So she can do without losing her, without any problem. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, okay, I'm not talking about any fault in it. Tattva, Narayana and Krishna there is no difference. Only the difference is in rasa. In the Madhurya Lila, that Krishna. In Aishwarya Lila is Narayana. In Sri Krishna Lila, that Sri Radhika. And she herself is Narayana Lila Lakshmi. So, if she wants to take association, be with Krishna, if she does austerities, she will not lose her soul. But still, so did tapasya in even today. If you go to Belwand, we told that she is still continuing to do tapasya. So the second question Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking is, even though she did so much tapasya there, but she was unable to enter Rasa Leela. She did not qualify to enter. She did not qualify. Then Venkatapata could not answer this question. So he became very little morose, Then Mahaprabhu, to make his morose go away, his uneasiness go away, he told, you have told yourself, Lakshmi Pati Narayan, Radhapati Sri Krishna, there is no difference. Sri Krishna Rasotkarshata, he has more rasa. Narayan is only 2.5 rasa. Nandanandan Krishna is 5 Mukhya rasa and then 7 Gauna rasa. Secondary rasa. He is full with 12 rasas. Paripurna. Aishwarya Leela Maya Vigraha. To make his pastimes, to nourish pastimes. Aishwaryamai Ashraya Vigraha Lakshmi, Devi. Same way in Madhurya Leela, to nourish Radhika. But the thing is, he says, no one can, all the gopis are the expansion of Radhika. Kaya Vyuha, we say. Actually, Radharani came left side, Krishna. And from her, all the gopis for each have become many. So without and they are not different from Radha. So without their mercy, no one can do enter Sri Krishna's Rasa Leela. Lakshmi Devi, she did not take the Anugatya, She didn't, of gopis. And with the Aishwarya, taking Aishwarya Baba, she did tapasya. That's why every time she got Narayan, association of Narayan. But she could not get Krishna's association. But on the other hand, the Shrutis, the Shastra Shrutis, they prayed to gopis under the footsteps of gopis. They were able to get service to Sri Krishna. So with the Ishvara Buddhi, meaning with the awe and reverence, we cannot obtain Raganuga, Vraja Bhajan. To do that is impossible. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, quality is that he will attract everybody. And according to the Bhava of Vrajavasis, someone treat him as son, friend, and they play with him on his shoulder, and they tie him up. They do all these things. So, with the how we cannot have a relation with him. So, it's even if you tell like Krishna, they always they are praying to Narayan, protection of Krishna. In so many incidents, in actually every day, every incident, every minute, Nanda Maharaj Yashoda always praying to Narayan. Oh, protect him, like that. All these pastimes, so many amazing pastimes. Like when Putana, when she came, she was appeared like almost very beautiful. Usually nobody can come inside Nandga. But in Gokul she could not enter because there are so many checkpoints, But because of the Leela Shakti, everybody was stunned. Sakshat Lakshmi has come to bless our Lala, So they were amazed. And she entered without any obstruction. And then Mother Yashoda and Rohini, little far away. They went little away from, because in their presence, she may not bless his Lala, his son, nicely. So they little moved away. Of course, Krishna was closing his eyes. There are many reasons, our Acharya say. Many reasons. One is, if he opens his eyes, she cannot able to keep this, duplicity, or appearing well. She will become like a demon, and that will scare Yashoda Maya and others. So he didn't want to scare them. Then second, many reasons that she will be get killed. So he didn't want to see that, that she die. Then also she's trying to come to kill so many, and he doesn't want to look at her face. So many reasons. He kept his eyes closed. And then Yashoda and Rohini watching. Wow. Hare Krishna. ಏನು ಸಮಾಚಾರ? ಹೌದಾ? ನಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಈಗ. ನಾವು ಗೋಶಾಲೆ ಇದು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ದರ್ಶನ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸುಮಾರು ಸೊ then Yashoda, by the mercy of Narayan, I got this son, beautiful son, amazing son. But I don't know how to properly nourish him, take care of him. Look, this almost Lakshmi, I have to learn from her. She's thinking like that. That's the bhav of gopis. They want to learn from everybody how to serve Krishna more and more and more. But yes, see the extreme. But anyway, she took him, and then so meantime, what has happened is Nanda Maharaj they left in the middle of the night to come to Gokul because Vasudeva told them, go early because there might be some problem in disturbances, because he heard that Kamsa has ordered all the babies taken birth in 10 days to kill. So Nandamara is coming and crying, oh Narayan, 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 protect my son, like that. So that's all in his mind, praying to Narayan. That is the bhav. Of course, then when he started drinking from our breast, and our poison milk was becoming like nectar. But as long as she started off, giving, killing, then he became so lifeful. He felt so much pain, and it was like, imagine, almost her death is coming. She became fearful and got up. He could not force him, the baby, and he was hanging on, and then she ran. She was thinking she will run away to Mathura, where Kamsa might help her. Something like that, with that. So he ran off and took off into the sky, take off. Then the gopis ran in behind her, and Yashoda and Rohini, when saw this, when she's carrying away her dear son, she became frozen and almost died. They fell on the ground, unconscious. She could not bear any, bad things happening to her son. So like that. Then, of course, gopis also could not keep up. And then, by Krishna's Leela Shakti's arrangement, she was very big, huge. Her nostril is like a big cave, and she was very many miles apart. So her body, and she took off, and then in a Kamsa had a beautiful concern like that. There she fell from the sky and then destroyed the whole garden. nothing happened to the Gokul. Then when Nanda Maharaj was coming, and they saw, they could not figure it out first. Oh, what it is? Ooh, it is looks like a lake, dried up lake like that. Then they realized. Meantime, the gopis, they were safety of this baby. They came and saw he was playing on her body, so quickly went and got to his. And then brought him to Mother Yashoda. And when she felt that his baby is safe, then she regained her life. Like that. In time Nanda Maharaj came, then when he came to know his son is safe, he was relieved. Then he asked people, some special category of people to cut the body. Otherwise, he's thinking, what if she comes back to life again? So for that, here they cut into pieces and they put it into fire. An amazing, came because she was touched by Krishna. She became pure, and she got the position of a serving maid. So that is an amazing thing. One who came to kill him, he awarded because she took on him, devotee, appeared like mother, even though her intention is to kill. Duplicious. That's why Krishna comes and kills our duplicity. First thing he does is duplicity. Our words should match our match what we do. Match what we are thinking. It is not that you think something else, say something and do something. So they should be harmonious. That's the thing. Vaishnavas are very sarala, simple. And they are the only one in the world you can see so much duplicity in the name of this corona. So many things. Their intention is one, but they do something like that. But anyway, it is not our business. If we are devotees, if we are always thinking of Krishna, doing service to him, he will always be protected. And he will jump. He will jump. Like many pastimes are there. See, I probably told you. But anyway, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asking this question, and why, she did not take the association of gopis. That's why she could not fulfill her desire. We have to give up the our reverence. And that is possible only by the footsteps of Rajavasis. So, then by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the whole family became worshippers of Radha and Krishna. They gave up Lakshmi Narayan. Actually, they did not give up. It's actually included. See, they say it is not that you are stopping what you are doing, you are making you better. It's like even Christianity, Swami Maharaj, everybody. You are making you better Christian, you know. That's all to it, you know. So same way, you know. So of course they were, and they were waiting for the uh, coming of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in their life, and they are so much attached to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu they could not bear separation from him. After 4 months, Chaturmasya, they could not bear, thinking of him, always. And they gave a blessing to his son Gopal that he should go to Vrindavan. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you be with your parents when they leave this world. You come to Vrindavan and meet Rupa and Sanatana. So eventually that happened. And then Prabodhananda Saraswati's uncle left before that to Vrindavan. He's an amazing personality. Uh, so then Rupa and Sanatan, when he came to Vrindavan, they wrote a letter to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Gopal Bhatta Goswami has appeared, has come. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wrote him a letter saying that take care of him, like brother. Like that. So there are many pastimes with him. Radharaman temple, probably many of you know or have taken darshan. Vrindavan. That is his, so there he used to take service of about 12 saligrama. Saligrama is it is found in Gandaki river in Nepal, and they are non-different from Krishna. Those mostly it looks like black, but there are many different colors. Like in Satyuga, Dwapara, different colors, white, little ready, like that, different colors. But now prominently black, and they different shapes. And Narsinga Shila like that, you can see. I mean, Sudarshan Chakra looks like Sudarshan Chakra. We have one saligram, which actually there is water inside. It looks like it's round, but how the water inside? Amazing. So, but you don't installation of this. The Sakshat Krishna, appeared in that form. With the Tulsi, we worship them. So he used to have 12 of them. He found them in Gandaki river when he went. And then he used to worship. While worshipping them, he felt, if one of these hologram turn into deities, I can do so many other seva. See, you can put clothes and jewelry nicely to hologram, limited. Whereas for deities, you can do much more. So then when Lord understood his desire like that, then a wealthy person, Lord inspired him to come and visit Gopal Bhatt Goswami. And then he gave him all the clothes and jewelry to worship Thakurji. But where is my Thakurji? So then he decided, if this, it turns into Thakur, then I can do. Then the same night, I think, like that. When he got up, he put them into rest night, and then in the morning he got up and see one of them in the middle become a very beautiful Krishna, and that's what deity, Radha Raman. In the left side, they put is Radha's crown, to signify this is Radha. Radha Raman, meaning actually a Krishna who uh, was taken, was stolen, rather. Not stolen, at least has kept Radha very in his heart. That's why Radha. So in this case, so and when they heard, he was so happy. In other words, the dress was already there. Then Rupa and Sanatan, they came, they were amazed. And they say he is actually, his lotus feet reminds us of the Radha Madan Mohan. Then his face is like Radha Govinda, and then his chest is like Radha Gopinath. All our three adhishtatra of Samandha Videya Prayojana, of our relation, our sadhana, and then the ultimate Prayojana, what we look for. So, this is also amazing because the original deities of Radha, Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopinath, they, because of some Muslim invasion like that, they left Vrindavan, went to Radhakund and then Kamivan and then to Jaipur side. Now Radharaman never left. So in other words, actually Radha, Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda, they cannot leave Vrindavan. So before he left in that form, he appeared as Radharaman and he is there on the tree, one place. So like that is amazing. Also in Gopal Bhatta Goswami's, the many pastimes are even regarding Ekadasi also there is one pastime. Bah, amazing. Really mind blowing. One time when he was in the north, he was staying in place, Saharanpur. Even today his name is Saharanpur, near Delhi. On the way to Haridwar, Rishikesh, Saharanpur. There one Brahmin took care of him, invited him and served him well. But he had no children, that Brahmin. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami understood his desire, so he blessed him to have a son. So later on, of course, during that time, the Brahmin also gave me a word that if a son is born, I will dedicate in your service. So a beautiful son was born later on, and then I kept his word. He sent him to serve Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and that is Gopinath Pujari. So, Gopal Bhatta Goswami had few disciples, Srinivas Acharya, who has composed Shat Goswami Ashtakam, very beautiful. And he was the one of the three, Narottam Thakur, Srinivas Acharya, and Shamanand. Three that Jiva Goswami sent from Vrindavan to Bangladesh, to preach with all the scriptures. Of course, that was stolen, then again they found it back. Like that. So, there are many other pastimes, he disappeared. Uh, Ashada Krishna Panchami. And even today, if you go to Vrindavan, you can see Samadhi is still there. And the appearance of the Saligram into his Vigraha is also, the spot is still there. Amazing. So we pray the Gopal Bhatta Goswami to sprinkle his mercy so that we can obtain Raja Prem. Also, so much attachment, devotion to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent him is a door, copine, and like a asan, little sitting place, asan. Even today, those three are being worshipped in that Radharaman temple. Even today. So, Jai Gopal Bhatta Goswami ki Jai. Tomorrow, tomorrow is Jayadev Goswami's disappearance day. Jayadev Goswami, probably might very powerful personality. His famous Gita Govinda was released by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu last 12 years when he was in Jagannath Puri. So, yes, so many amazing pastimes with him. He was, see, the Bengal, used to be ruled by Lakshman Sen, and one time Navadip was the captain. At that time, they say is known to the king. In the Vikrama, Mahatme, Navadip Mahatme, that's Bhakti Thakur, we brought it out. See, whatever the acharyas show, they are all nitya, like we know, eternal. So, Bhagavatam, Jaiva Dharma, or this Navadip Parikrama, or Navadip Mahatma, these are all nitya, eternal thing. It is there, sometimes it disappears, and then again these acharyas, by their meditation, by their so much love and devotion to bring auspiciousness to this world, they pray to these. These are all also personalities. The scriptures are also personalities. That's why we pray to them. The shlokas are all personalities. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಆಯ್ತು ದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮೇಲೆ So these are all personalities. So we pray to them, and by their mercy they descend through the medium of these acharyas. You understand? So these holy books like Jayavadharma is not ordinary. It descended. These personalities are all here. So same way the Navadip Mahatma, glories of Navadip Mahatma. uh, Nityananda Prabhu taking Jiva Goswami. So in that, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said that the Dashavatara Stotra that is compiled by Deva Goswami, when say at that time, in those times, the kings were also scholars. They study scriptures and the panditya. They used to have a kavi, meaning very exalted, um, very expert in composing. You know the bhajans or glorification of the Lord. Like that. Kavi, in their they used to encourage them. Of course, those days different. Now the governments are encouraging what atheistic things. So it's very unfortunate. So so when the king heard this, he was so impressed. He said, "Who is this? Who manifested this? I want to see him." Like that, one night, because he knew such a will not like coming in the midst of king or presence like that. He changed his dress like ordinary person and went in the night to meet Jayadeva Goswami. Then the king was even more impressed by meeting him personally because he is so, uh, you know, Vaishnava, humility, austerity, uh, unimaginable personality. Uh, he became very attracted to that personality. Because one is so much devoted, he was so much devoted to Lord. So many pastime with his deities also. So anyone will, especially king. Then king told he revealed himself who he was. uh, this Jayadev was totally renowned. He didn't want to. King invited him. Oh, come and stay near his palace like that. He said, no, no, I want to go to Jagannath Puri. I want to live near Jagannath Puri, like that. Now it so happened because he said like that is amazing. Because whatever being told by pure devotee comes to because he told Jagannath Puri came word from his mouth. Later on we'll see it became true. But he told that to save from himself, from the association of this. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also was very, very determined not to associate with the king or a wealthy person. He refused. Everybody like Puri, king, because he's so devotee, Vaishnava, doing so much service. Did not budge. But he gave a thing to king's son, And later on also, king also had a chance to serve him during Rath Yatra time, near that lake. So, um, so because then what happened was, then the king begged him, he cried and begged him. No, 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 he should not leave at least he stay nearby. Uh, you know, uh, they were, we go Champati, Champati. In Navadip Dham Parikrama, we go Champati. So there is Gaur Gadadhar. and Vaninath, Gadadhar's brother. Vijay Vaninath is there. So then king, offered him, please take my service. I will build a small kutir, small hut for you. So, so he was staying there. So that Champati is where this Brahmin Bija Vanina Satyuga, when he was there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to him in the form of golden form, That's why Champahati, Champaka flower, this very fragrant flower, looks like golden color, but very fragrant. Those trees are also, we have here few, and they are very brittle. Brittle meaning not strong. You have to be very careful if you climb that. Wind comes, it not very strong, but very beautiful flower, golden color, Champahati. And there was one time there were so many flowers like that. That's why that name, Champahati. So there in Satyuga, the Lord appeared in that golden form. And he told in when I appeared, so that place, he was having Radha Govinda, his deities, Jayadeva Goswami. So for him also, the deities appeared him, Radha Govinda, and then those two Radha Govinda became one with a golden color, Champaka color, one. And Jayadeva Goswami, Mahaprabhu gave him darshan at that time. That means by that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not appeared yet. Of course, he is there everywhere, especially Navadip Dham, all the time. But he has not appeared in a visible form to everybody. So at that time he appeared, gave darshan, and then told him, when I appear, I will relish your Gita Govinda. I think Jagannath Puri taking sannyas like that. He blessed him and then disappeared. But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, before disappearing, told him, now you should leave Champati, you should go to Jagannath Puri. He heard this. Now it is the order of Lord, he could not bear. He has to follow, but on the other hand, taking leave of Navadip Dham is like breaking his, like leaving his life force. And it is Padmavati. It's really heart-touching, the scene that he is leaving Navadip. He could not, he didn't want to. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, don't worry. See, it is not that I actually want you to stay here. But Jagannath also wants to have your, association. So you have to fulfill his desire. Who is Jagannath, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So it's very amazing. Because you remember previously, it is Jayadev Goswami told, I will be going to Jagannath Puri. So Lord fulfilled, his word became true. That is why, very, very amazing. Whatever pure devotees say, don't happen. So he went there. But he has so much viraha, that he didn't want to leave. But on the other hand, he has to follow the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and also the calling of Jagannath, So, very well, very well. Then when he left the border, So when he appeared there, many many pastimes. Now, how he obtained Padmavati, his wife, is also amazing. He didn't want to accept Grihastha. But there was one Brahmin, he had no children. Then he worshipped Jagannath. So by the mercy of Jagannath, a daughter was born. When she uh, when she became married age, then he brought her to Jagannath, and he prayed, Jagannath, you must accept her. I don't know what. Then Jagannath gave him instruction. No, no, no. You take her and give dawn to my very dear devotee, my uh, Jayadev. Then he went to Jayadev, and then he told, my daughter as well boy. He said, no, 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 no. Oh. Then he told, it's the order of Jagannath that he must accept. Then saying this, he left her with him, and then she went away. Now what to do? Jayadev was stuck with her, and then he told her nicely, wherever you want to go, I can go and leave you are there. Please tell me where you want to go. And she is telling, Mother, by the order of Jagannath, he has left under your, under the care of you. Now, where I can go? Your lotus feet is my life. If you want to reject me, then I would rather give up my life at your feet. So then what to do? So he accepted her. He could not leave her. So then Gita Govinda, when it was Jayadev Goswami, see, Gita Govinda is very, very special. It has all the rasas. It's filled with rasas. Maybe one day we can go. So, in one incident, there is one pastime where, these are all, again, as they're telling me, manifested from the actual Leelas. But one Leela where he felt that Lord Krishna putting his lotus head at the feet of Radha. That he could not, somehow put it down. Because, personality of Krishna is so much. And how he will, how he will take shelter, catch hold of lotus feet of Radha. So he could not write that. So what to do? Could not complete. So he told, I will go on, I will take break from my writing. I will take a bath, Ganga. I will come back. Then he went away. Then time later, looks like Jagannath, in the form of Jayadev. Of course, Padmavati does not know. Jayadev came back. And then she asked, how come you went? And I was writing, I forgot something. Now it has come to my mind what to write. If I don't write it, I might forget it. That's why I want to write it down. And then go for bath again. So he came inside. He took where Jayadev was writing, not completing it. Dehi pada pallava mudaram. So he completed that. Mara garala khandanam. Rama, please put your lotus feet on Krishna. He wrote that and then he kept it, closed it like handwritten, the original, closed up, and then again he left. Then what happened was, then after that again very quickly the real Jayadev came back. When she coming back after taking, hey, how is it? You just went, take bath now, and then how come he so quickly are coming back? Then, so then she told her, how, then she's asking, how did that? Now, who is the one who came saying that I forgot something and write it, went away. And who are you that you are coming, finishing your which one of you are real? She could not. Then, of course, very intelligent Jayadev, very intelligent. He went inside and spoke, the lipi you are writing. And then he saw it is completed. It's beautiful. And he had tears. He broke down. Oh Lord, what I could not complete, you completed yourself. He was crying. And then he told, came out and telling his wife, oh, you are so fortunate. Your life became successful by your, you are so fortunate. You are able to take darshan of the Lord. I am so unfortunate. That's why I could not get his darshan. He started crying. So, amazing first time. So, one time, see the Gita Govinda is so relishing, so amazing. One time there was one lady, she was singing very beautifully, little away from Jagannath temple. And Jagannath could not, couldn't resist himself. He walked out, walked out, and then walking very fast. And then he does not know the path is still with so many thorns like that. His dress is little stuck with the thorn and little broken and then dust. And then he is listening. After that, he came back. But meantime, the king of Jagannath Puri came to have his darshan, Jagannath. When he came, he saw Jagannath body, hands and also some torn and broken, thing on his clothes. So he asked, why is this? To the pujaris. They could not answer. But the pujaris became fearful, if we do not properly, give satisfactory thing, if we don't, then king might punish us, what to do? They were fearful. King told them, you have to tell, what is happening. Then in the night, Jagannath came in the dream of the king. saying, whatever you said, you saw on my body, the dust and the clothes, the thorn, because of that. That's all. For that, no one is responsible. I myself, you know. So don't servants. Me, I am responsible for it. What happened? This Mali, she was singing Gita Govinda. So I went to listen to that. Because of that, a lot of dust and this thorn are stuck with me. So then the king, when he got this in his dream, immediately he sent a palanquin to bring that Malin singing Gita Govinda. And then ordered her, we should not give trouble to Jagannath, always run away from her. you sing Gita Govinda in front of him. So like that. So that's how this started. Even today, in Jagannath Puri, that tradition is going on. These descendants of that lady, every day they sing Gita Govinda to Jagannath. And and they are also called Devadasis. Well, we have one devotee actually there who offers 1,008 tulsi on the navel of Jagannath. I have a few of them actually. Maybe when I meet, I can show you. He on tulsi leaves, Gita Govinda, and then puts at his navel and then ties him up every day before puts into rest. That is his service. So now, one time, this is reciprocation by the Lord. The way we worship Krishna, the way same way he does also bhajan to us. He is so merciful, so magnanimous. So one time, Jayadev, he has to repair his house, his hut, right? Usually, in the hut, it is with the roof is some kind of grass, right? Sometimes some kind of grass that grows in the water. Different name is there. You cut it and dry it, and then you tie them up, and then there's a series of process. The way you tie them up, and then you put them into, close it. So it was very hot day, and then Jayadev Goswami is doing it. It is very hot, very hot. Lord could not tolerate his devotees, suffering so much in the heart, trying to do. And then it's going to take time, roof, changing the roof. So Lord decided he will help him. So, so in some forum, he went there, and he's up on the roof, right? He could not see properly what. So he's tying up. He's thinking his wife is helping, but it is happening so fast. Lord is what is he? So he's tying them up and then giving to the hands of Jayadev. And because he was doing very fast and he was doing, the job was done very fast. Then he came down, but he saw nobody. He saw Padmavati doing some service. Then he asked her, "Did you help me in tying up these things?" No, I was busy in doing something else. I never helped you. So, so then he understood whose action, whose thing was. So he went to pay, have darshan of his deities, Radha, Madhav. Then he saw Radha Madhav's hand is become dust. And you can see the rope they tie up this thing, little pieces, little broken pieces on his hand, on his body. So then he understood it in the work of Radha Madhav. Then he fell at his lotus feet of the deities and then he cried. Oh Lord. So, how many lifetimes? There, time enough. There is many amazing stories they tell with Jayadev. Is bah. So what it is I'll quickly try to uh, there was an incident, you know, when he was trying to collect some money to do seva to his Radha Madhav. He went to a few places, he able to collect. Then while he was bringing, apparently this is being told uh, uh, in one writing. So it's amazing. It's very so. But when with his things to do service to Radha Madhav, the thieves came and then they surrendered him and then they stole. Not only stole and then they did not leave him. They cut off his hand, 2 hands and 2 legs, and then threw him into the well. Bah, how. Bah. Then, of course, if you cut off a hand or a leg, so much blood flow, we will not survive even a couple of minutes. We will become unconscious, we will die. But he was there for 3 days, chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, because of the power of his devotion, now he survived. He did not leave his body. It's amazing. See, amazing things happen. Then, after 3 days later, a king came by and then hearing Harinam from the well, deep in the well. He was wondering, what is this? And then he saw there was a person with two hands and leg cut off. And then he became very kind, merciful, and he brought him out, took him to the palace and treated him. When he came to know he was Jayadev, he was astonished. He brought Padmavati also, he started recovering. And then king was moved by his devotion, singing of Gita Govinda, he became, and then took Diksha from Jayadev. So, and the queen also very nice. Then what happened was, one time, that they did this atrocious thing on Jayadev, came dressed up as a Vaishnava to this king's palace. Now Jayadev recognized him, and they also felt he might have recognized him, and he felt very uneasy because Jayadev might complain and then get him arrested like that. Jayadev was not going to do that. A great Vaishnava. So, but he was in uneasiness. So he told the Vaishnavas that come. You don't understand the mentality of the Vaishnava. You treat him well, give him a lot of big donation to him, and then send him away if he wants to leave. So like that, and then give him some protection, to wherever he wants to go. So then that's what the king did. But when these people were going and they crossed the border, that's dress of Vaishnava telling, it's okay, now we can go. But we want to tell you something secret. What is that? See, before we became a Vaishnava, we were serving some king, and the king ordered us, this Jayadev, not a good quality, to kill him. That's why we cut off his leg and then we left him and then went away. And you can tell this. As soon as the Mother Earth could not bear, this kind of false thing, and then towards pure devotee, she broke, like parted, and these people fell into and then disappeared. Because she can tolerate everything, but not this, asatya, untruth. Actually, devotee. So then they went and told these servants of the king. And then king asked to also Jayadev. Jayadev said, devotees cannot find fault in anybody. But Lord does not, he does not tolerate that. They have to be, they will undergo their own thing. Then his Padmavati was very chaste. The queen was telling, of course, in those days in India, if the husband leaves his body, the wife is to, enter the fire. That was the tradition there. Sati, they call it. So Padmavati was saying, if she's a chaste woman, when the husband leaves her body, she will immediately leave her body also. So they tested. So she made a false news, saying Jayadev left his body. When Padmavati heard this, she immediately left her body. Then the queen was amazed. Oh, I never expected this. I'm so sorry. I'm sinful. He told the king, and the king was also, what to do, Then he told Jayadev. Jayadev came back. He started Harinam in the ear of Padmavati. And soon she just got up from a sleep. So when they saw, they were amazed by this, both Padmavati and the Jayadevs, and the power of the holy name. Name, we should not think it ordinary. But one time near Tirupati, many years ago, not too many years ago, maybe 20 years, 15, 20 years ago, I think. One incident happened because, see, when a doctor gives anesthesia for the patient, there is no guarantee he will come back, because there is no, of course, they give anesthesia to make him unconscious. But there is no other injection to bring him back, make him conscious in the hands of any doctor. Of course, they calculate because the weight and the amount they inject, few hours, whatever the duration of the operation, like that. So, anesthesiologist, that is, expert on these calculations. But anyway, they cannot bring him back. That's why many patients are there in the world for 14 years in coma, 6 months like that. So many patients around the world. So now the doctors are concerned. So one case happened in Tirupati. One hospital, one patient was in coma for almost a year, more than a year. And then the doctor is worried because of the bed. See, the bed is occupied all the time. Either he is living or dead. This kind of situation, coma. He cannot say he's living. He cannot say he's... So this is what happens to the people who wants to worship this effulgence of the Lord, Brahman. Oh, I want to become, merge into Brahman. This is what happens. So how they will go back when the Vaishnavas going from this world to spiritual world? They go through this planet and they look at these people who are like no living nor dead. And they cry, Lord, please have mercy on these people. They don't know. And because by the just the vision of the Vaishnavas on them, so much sukruti, so much power. Again, they get up, come back to this world, material world. Then they become devotees because, darshan, meaning of the power of the Vaishnavas. Going back. And they follow the rules, regulation, become devotees who believe in the form of the Lord, and then they go back. So in this case, what happened was, this person was coma. Doctor is telling, you vacate, you take him away, do this something or the other. Then the relatives are crying, where, doctor, one more week, please, 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 he might come back. Any relatives will feel like that. Who wants to do? But this is a problem. So that time, one devotee, I know, I met him many times, been to his house. He was called. He was always chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. He was brought. He was requested that, please, this is a problem. Doctor doesn't want to keep him all the time, and what to do. Please come, help us. So he came to the hospital near the bed. He started touching and then saying, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Like that, singing, going all over his body. So in a couple of minutes, the patient opened his eyes and then got up. And they took him back to his village, like that. So it's amazing, really amazing power. So our time is up. It's almost 5 o'clock, past 5 o'clock. So think about program on 1st of February. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Dandavata pranams to everybody. Hare Krishna. Any questions or?
Hare Krishna. Dandavata pranam.
No.
Thank you so much. Why do devotees who go through so many challenges. You were narrating pastime of Jayadvanyu, and like his limbs were cut off, and there are so many challenges. Why would the Lord put them through so many troubles?
Yeah. Actually, it is not due to their past life or anything, karma. No, you should not think. Because, like I told you, anybody, even, I don't know you have any experience or not. If our artery is cut, even a small artery, we will not live long. Okay, every heartbeat, the blood will start pumping, coming out. Soon or 3 days, it shows and his conviction. See, he did not become fearful. Jayadeva Goswami did not become fearful, or he was complaining or anything. Show the power of Vaishnavas, the qualities of Vaishnavas, mercifulness, forgetfulness, compassion, tolerance, humility, unless you put them into these kind of tests, so that's why Lord chooses them, and also the power of the now, so it is not difficult. In other words, for us, it's amazing. Like Pandavas, for example, look at so much difficulties, when in the presence of Krishna himself. And Kunti was praying, oh Lord, she is Shnavi, right? Kunti, Draupadi, So her prayer is what? Oh Lord, oh, let there be difficulties come one after the another, one after the other. Bah. See, that is the prayer. Think anyone in the world, going to the temple or anywhere praying, everybody wants their difficulty to go away. Yes, she is praying for only difficulty. Because if the difficulties come, she will remember and it will come, and where is the problem? So, to demonstrate their faith in him, that Krishna, Name Bhaktya Pranashyati. That's why to test his words, to put into practice, these devotees' life is like epitome, or of course Krishna is telling in his word, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, but these are all like practical, demonstration of those shlokas, the words. It brings us so much faith. Anyone here, their bhakti, their devotion increases, and they compare their own difficulties going through. Oh, it is not much. Yasya smarna matrena janma samsara bandhanati muchyate namastasmai vishnuye prabhavish. Just by remembrance, nothing else. All the great acharyas, they have gone through this. Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He himself has to go through so much, Why? He has to have compassion for the conditioned souls, For conditioned souls, Lord will not force. No, you become my devotee. Or he engage in the service of Maya. He will not force. But he wants to attract them, For that reason, how much? Finally he has to give up his young wife, mother, elderly mother, middle of the night, cold water. jumped into the cold water and swam and went away, Why? For the sake of conditioned souls, So we can understand, change our mentality, We have to change our mentality. There is no force. For that he puts all his, pure devotees also into, test. So that's why we are very, very grateful to these great Vaishnava acharyas. Their faith increases. See, ordinary person, things happen, they lose their faith. Oh, Lord did not help me. Who is this Lord? What is this? Kind of like that, but not. Yeah, it is the other way around. Their faith increases. So they will never fall. And Lord is also always there. He is there with them, unseen. Unseen. To have that faith that Lord is always with us, with Him. So these pastimes. I hope I answered this question. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Sorry, Didi. Gurudev left another program.
Hare Krishna. Sorry.
I said, sorry, Gurudev left for another program. He just said he hoped you understand the answer he gave you for this question and he left. So if there's still any doubt, you can always just WhatsApp or email me. Krishna pronounced. So thank you, dear devotees. So we'll go on to the next program, to Narasimha Dev's Stuti by Braj Kishore Das Prabhu. Thank you, Krishna.
Hare Krishna, devotees. Dandavat Pranam. So it's on page 356. Shri Nishima, Jai Nishima, Jai Jai Nishima. Namaste Narashimaya. Praladala Dadaine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshara. Silatam Kanakalaye. Ito Nishima, Parato Nishima, Yato Yato Yami Tato Nishima, Bahir Nishima, Hridaye Nishima, Narashima Madim Sharanam Prapate, Tava Kara Kamala Varena Kamadbhutam Shringam, Dalita Dhiranyakashiputanubhrega Kesavadritra Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare O Kesavadritra Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Nishingadev Jaya Nishingadev Nishingadev Jaya Nishingadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya. Translation: I offer pranam and to Nrsimha Bhagavan, who gives joy to Prahalad Maharaj, and whose nails are like chisels on the stone-like chest of the demon Hiranyakashipu. Nrsimhadev is here and there. Wherever I go, Nrsimhadev is there. He is in the heart, and he is outside as well. I surrender unto Sri Nrsimhadev, the origin of everything and the supreme refuge. Upon the beautiful lotuses of your hands, your nails with their amazing tips have torn asunder the wasp-like body of Hiranyakashipu, O Keshav, who assumed the form of a man-lion. All glories to you, O Lord of the universe. O Hari. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for that. Now can I please have Tarun Krishna Prabhu to say Jai Diwani. Thank you, Krishna. Now.
获胜，杀了博王，歉意，还有伤害。所以，怎么了？住呢？用它来清洗的话，这是清泉水。你用它来清洗的话，对你伤口有好处。我会以铃声告诉你我在附近，你无需害怕危险，但也告诉你，你逃不掉，知道吗？
闭上眼睛，穿过去。
怎么了？
我的衣服掉到水里去了。
衣服在哪儿？
在你的西南方向。 往前一点儿，左边一点儿，再往前一点儿，不准回头看，再往前一点儿。左边一点儿，快了，快了！
怎么不说话了？给你。
我想念狼仔，你想他吗？
我一直在这守候，未曾变过，像1万年前那一颗星球依旧在闪烁，你从没放弃
我是生活。
望穿星空，你的目光中坚定而温柔，想对我诉说。为你坠落，燃起爱情的花火，战斗，最绚烂都不过沉默，无声坠落，落入爱情的怀中。落入爱情的怀中。无声坠落。落入爱情的怀中。
这是干什么？
看来我们两个心中有相同的疑惑。
不要跟我玩游戏。
所有的好都是你国王给的，游戏规则也是你国王定的，我完全摸不着头绪。在我最恨你的时候，发现你其实是为我好，发现即使你选择当国王，可本性还是狼崽。
你知不知道你这个样子很令人作呕，就像酒楼里的女人一样。 装模作样的讨好男人，企图迷惑我，试探我是否对你旧情未了。
不是装模作样，我很清楚狼崽的本性，也并没有诱惑你，只是希望你可以迷途知返。
你太高估你自己，正如你所言，你根本就不了解我。
我不了解的，是你为什么要因为楚葵而伤害自己？
你不是我，你不用懂。在你面前，我是狼崽，是一个连话都说不清楚的人。但本王这条命是被父皇捡回来的。
为了地位和权势，连人性的善良都可以抛弃吗？
你不该试图了解我，不该深究我在想什么，因为我已经成为你不认得的怪物。你应该远离我，恐惧我，别再试探我，那样你只会伤得更重。
照理说，看出戏是得给几个银两的。不过昨晚的戏码实在太糟了，人家对你关心备至，你却视如敝屣，眼里明明对他含情脉脉，却又不肯表露心迹，实在难看。赏你这朵狼骨 花，毕竟这出戏没有功劳，也有苦劳。戏没有功劳，赏你这朵狼骨花，毕竟这出戏没有功劳，也有苦劳。哎，别扔啊！这可是你精心为摘星准备的狼骨花。当我知道是你将摘星自生死关头救离，又让追日来告诉我你的行踪，回想过去的种种，发现许多有趣的疑问。便想来问问你，一向小心，怎么可能让熟知你弱点的密探顺利逃至我方，又透露狼骨花对你致命？哼，唯一的可能，便是你故意放行的吧？密探的侥幸已不合理。再者，我们能够顺利的得到狼骨花，和你那天在博香城看到蝴蝶被放出之后难得的妥协，这种种在此刻看来都格外的令人生疑。
我听不懂你在说什么。
结论：你根本就是想让马摘星顺理成章的杀你于博香。你根本就是想让马摘星顺理成章的杀你于博香，以命还他，一心想要杀你的心愿。堂堂博王的转变，令人困惑，难以尽兴。我不明白，我相信一路上被你蒙在鼓里的马摘星，也很想知道。
你不要让他知道。在我心中，始终想对摘星以死相还，但我不得不以博王这个身份，阻止楚葵作恶。当我知道当年皇兄之死，是因为父皇的阴谋之后，我便已下定决心，博香之战，便是我人生的终点。一是助四弟推翻楚葵暴政，二是用命换马摘星的心，不再受仇恨的禁锢，从此自由。
当初马英一案也没那么简单吧？
当初我和叶煞到夔州城监视马英，没想到楚葵背着我给叶煞直接下了刺杀命令。 他为了达到日后牵制马家军的目的，才留摘星活口，直接下了刺杀。没想到楚葵背着我给叶煞直接下了刺杀命令。他为了达到日后牵制马家军的目的，才留摘星活口，而我被蒙在鼓里。等我得知真相时，为时已晚。
你为什么昨晚不说？你让他继续以为你是一个罪无可恕的恶人。
因为叶煞是我的手下，而我是欺骗他感情，让他沦落至痛苦深渊的人。
你想让他恨你一辈子，
而我是欺骗他感情，让他沦落至痛苦深渊的人。
你想让他恨你一辈子吗？
这恨不会太久。我明日便回京。
你要回去？战前的叛变之罪，你回去不是找死吗？
所以，当他再听闻我的消息，我应该也因叛逃之罪而死无葬身之地。他心里只会有罪有应得之恨。
雷克神当的朋友，大家好，我前面有那个 WhatsApp 当你们好催他一下，谢谢。
便可就此放下。
他日若他知道马府一案你从未参与，多想你为他放弃战斗，岐山你为他舍命相护，你根本就不是他所谓的无情无义之人。但你已死，他永远都不会快乐。
所以，千万不要让他知道真相。我这一生带给摘星太多不快乐，我既然必死无疑，就让真相石沉大海，别让他再受痛苦纠缠。
我不想帮你这个忙，太违背我做人的原则了。
我只知道这世上唯二把他幸福快乐放在心中第一位的人，除了我，就是你。博湘之战，摘星被我救走，晋人定会非议我们的关系，你务必要保护好他，不被世人误会。季冲，我对他的所有希望，只能托付给你。
不会痛，不能痛，我要做最坚强。
你可以逃啊！机智必死，为何一定要回去？
该死的人是我，不是无辜的司令。我一定要回去救他。
我怎么觉得，若我俩爱上的不是同一个女人，不是天生的敌人的话，我会交你这个朋友。
朋友？这辈子没机会了，我这一生注定没有朋友。
早上好。早上好。 早被我打跑了。
他可是国王，怎么那么容易会被击败？
那要看他在博乡伤得有多重喽。哎，你什么意思啊？你觉得我打不过他？
至少不应该看上去毫发无伤。
喏，
怎么不赶紧处理啊？
等你帮我。你打算不告而别，那我总得有个交代吧？
有劳。